Hey everyone, how's it going? And welcome back to Let's Play Silent Hill Origins. I'm just going to take a moment to demonstrate why this sequence of events is silly. We did all this work to get the archives key, and we can't get into the second floor male wing of the sanitarium because it's blocked. So, what do we get here in the archive room?
I had to do it.
You had to? Please, help me understand.
That's what you do with pests. That's what you do, isn't it? And he was a pest. Oh, he was a bad boy. Always has been. I tried to pretend he wasn't, but they were there to make sure I didn't forget.
They?
The people in the mirrors. They see it all. What's really going on.
And it was their idea?
Yes. They saw the devil inside of him. I had to kill him. My responsibility. My flesh and blood. I brought him into this world, so I had to take him out of it. Good wombs can bear bad sons, they say. I know you think what I did was wrong.
I just want to understand. Helen.
No! You want to keep me locked up, Doctor. But you can't. I can leave whenever I want. I can step through that mirror and into their world. This world is just a daydream.
Helen?
When will they bring me my boy?
Bring me my boy. Please marry my boy. So what we get, aside from that cutscene, is just a mirror. That's it. I mean, the cutscene's illuminating, but all of this work is just so that we can switch dimensions in this one very particular spot. Because the door to the second floor male ward is not blocked in the other world. That's it. But hey, at least we get to roam all of these halls and these new rooms. But what's that up ahead? Nope. It's a chasm. All of this cut off from us. So really, all the work we did to get the archives key was just for a mirror to get through this one door so that we can immediately then go back downstairs into the basement. Where we get one of the most lopsided camera angles yet. It's not all that bad because it's still just a straight spiraling stairwell, but it's still really, really off-putting. And I think this is kind of the part where the intensity picks up quite a bit. It's also coming up to my favorite puzzle in the entire sanitarium. Maybe in the whole game. One thing we're going to wait for is this carrion to get just a little closer, but not close enough to pounce. Then we will give him 2 shots to the dome and not get jumped. Now through here, this is another storage room. There's nothing of interest in here except for another mirror to immediately go back to the fog world. We're not going to do that though because we still need to be in the other world. And going through the basement, we are eventually going to come up another flight of stairs into the male seclusion ward of the sanitarium. But it's a really brief section. In fact, it's just 2 rooms. So we're going to take this left here, go up the stairs 1 floor, 1 or 2 floors. The first time it lets us out, we'll get out. And I particularly enjoy all of the disorienting camera angles, the Dutch angles in Cedar Grove, because this place has a special significance to our main character, Travis Grady. So all of these camera angles that just turn his world upside down actually have some relevance meta-textually or subtextually. So I believe this is the infirmary. Oh, I'm not supposed to be in this room yet. It's the other one. While I'm here, there a note or something we can check out? No, not really. There is a puzzle, but we don't have the clue for the puzzle. I know the solution, but I wouldn't want to solve this without providing that context. And plus, I think that context is really, really interesting. So of course, we're going to go back for that. In fact, it's up here in male seclusion. There are 5 rooms up here. First, we get a baton and a note. The names of the drugs are immaterial here. You don't have to know trizanthium or aporium or stellarium or whatever. All you actually have to do is associate the colors with the rooms and remember the key features of each one. So, room 1 will go left to right, 1 through 5. Grab a razor here, which is not a key item, it's a weapon. I think. Pretty sure. Looks like someone had an accident here. Yeah, a table with a lot of bloody razors on it. So this is implied to be the room of a cutter. This is where patients were secluded for their own good or the good of others. Though why they didn't take the razors away, I can't imagine. So room 2 we couldn't access because it was engulfed in a fire. That tells us something though. This is perfume bottles and a dressmaker's dummy. Remember, this is the male seclusion ward of an early 20th century sanitarium, and at this time, if you're not conforming to the gender norms for the sex you were assigned at birth, that would be taken as a sign of serious mental illness. That's scary shit. Room 4 is locked up. Somebody pretty dangerous was put there, probably. Can't glean too much more information in this room. Ooh, this is the most stomach-churning room. There are piles of uneaten food. It smells awful. And a set of scales. Looks like they've seen a lot of use. So we have spoiled, uneaten food and worn-down scales. This room is probably the best in how disturbing its implications are. It's the room of an anorexic patient. So that's, to recap, a red pill for the cutter in room 1, blue for the pyromaniac in room 2, yellow for the cross-dressing guy in room 3, blue for the anorexic guy in room 5, and by process of elimination, the man chained inside room 4 should get a green pill. And that's what the miniatures here are all about. We're going to put the correct pills in the correct mouths. So blue for the burnt man. Goes right in the slot in the mouth. Then we have another blue one for the anorexic patient. Then we have red for the cutter, holding the bloody razor blade. And we have yellow for... God, the comical mustache is so silly. The snidely whiplash mustache. And then, again, by process of elimination, the guy with the knives, the really dangerous patient, gets the green pill. And for that, we receive the key to the office of Dr. Harris Bonkers, PhD. So now it's more running around. The key fetching in this particular early game area is pretty absurd. Dr. Harris's office, I want to say, is, again, in that diamond-shaped area on the first floor. And once we get back to the basement, we can utilize that storage room to switch back to the normal world, or the fog world. First, we got a lot of stuff to get past. Oh, it's... Whoops. It was running towards, I guess, the pipe room or something. I have less familiarity with Origins just because I played it so many fewer times than Silent Hill 2 or 3. So I tend to get turned around pretty easily. Then I feel like... Ooh, boy. Carrion's back. This one tends to be a whole lot darker. Or visually more challenging. And once we switch to the fog world here, we get this. An incident report. A male child entered the sanitarium unchallenged, got through into the female seclusion, doors were left unlocked. He entered female seclusion room 5, at which point orderly Michaels observed him and alerted me. The boy was the child of a visitor and was taken away by his father. Failures. The doors to female seclusion were left unlocked by the orderly, and the staff in the lobby failed to notice the boy when he arrived in the mezzanine area. Recommendation, all staff to be reminded of the importance of locking ward doors. Review of staff to be conducted. Review of staff to be conducted. Whoops. Kept missing the of. So a young boy managed to get into the sanitarium and visited a female patient in seclusion room 5. Not to be confused with the male seclusion room 5, which would have been the anorexic guy. From here, we're going straight through the doors. Now these will unlock from the other side. From the side that we're on. So this will function also as a shortcut now. And let's see what's up in Dr. Harris's office. Jocasta's artifact. And a note. Ooh, and this track. The new patient, Helen Grady, arrived today. I was surprised to see how calm and well-behaved she was. After reading her notes, I was worried that she might be something of a handful. The woman is in complete denial and claims no recollection of the incident which saw her committed. Indeed, she has asked repeatedly to be allowed to see her son. I have agreed with her husband that it's best that the boy be kept away from his mother. While there seems little hope for any long-term recovery, I look forward to spending time with Mrs. Grady. Her condition is most fascinating. Helen Grady, as in the mother of our boy here, Travis Grady. Travis's mom was committed here after trying to kill herself and her child because the people in the mirror told her that he was a demon spawn. We also have this new note that appears here in this new camera angle, pointing it out. Daddy, Mama, and Travis. Jocasta, by the way, the name on the artifact that we just got, was the name of Oedipus's mom. Oedipus, the first motherfucker to steal the shtick of Bo Burnham, who I love. You can read a lot into that. Remember how I was emphasizing the sexualization of the nurses? There might be a thread, a kind of through line there, with the nurses who Travis saw when trying to visit his mom breaking into the female seclusion ward, room 5. Some kind of fetishization. Also, this running theme of several enemies being healthcare adjacent in their theming makes more sense now, right? The shadowy patient, the remnant, the one in the harness, then we have the straitjacket, we have the nurses. These tie into Travis's backstory with his mom in the sanitarium. The Carrions subtext, the other enemy that we've met so far, and the Butcher, I suppose. Their subtext is a little bit more subtle, but we'll get around to reading into that. First, we have some business to attend to over here. We actually saw the depression that the Jocasta artifact fits into very early on in the game. But first, we have to switch over in the bathroom to the other world. And I forgot to point this out, but in the door to the female seclusion ward, written on the door is Dr. Harris has the key. And indeed, that is Jocasta's artifact. So that's written there in the fog world. And the depression to fit the artifact in exists here in the other world. Let's just get that ready. Let's get ready for why Origins is simultaneously bizarre and tonally kind of bad, but also amazing? We'll get there. Just a sec.
Lisa? You're here too? Can you see all this stuff? Is it all dark for you too?
It's so sad. They can't do anything for her. She just sits there. She wants her boy so badly.
Who are you talking about? Is the girl inside? Alessa? Is Alessa in there?
No. No! You know who's in there!
Yeah, we know exactly who's in there now. But before we go in, let's take a tour of this gallery of horrors. Monster or a child? Mom's depiction of the demon spawn Travis Grady as a child leaves open the question of, what did Travis do? Did he do anything? Maybe not. Maybe.
Mama? Daddy said you were dead. Are you dead?
I'm not dead. Locked away. Out of sight, out of mind, not dead. I asked them to bring my boy to me.
Mama.
Come here, boy. Let Mama take a look at you.
Alright, so this is our first real boss fight. That was a TV. One of your best options in fighting bosses in Origins is just to throw one or multiple of all the TVs that you have picked up at the bosses. Just toss 5 televisions like javelins. Shot put them. Got a toaster? Throw it. That icon in the bottom right, by the way, means it's a one-hit weapon. You get one hit worth of durability on it. Like, you can throw a whole fucking filing cabinet at someone if you want to. I'm not even sure if we've picked the filing cabinet up yet, but they are here. It is so goofy and hilarious and kind of dissonant with the pretty disturbing tone of Silent Hill as a whole. We're going to switch over to the shotgun now. Just to speed this up, I think. Should have worn her down significantly with all the televisions we tossed at her. I think I'll conserve the rest of the shotgun ammo and switch over to the target pistol. By the way, you can only switch while you're sitting still. The animation actually takes a second. And it also takes a second to register the input at all.
This is just like before. What's happening here? That thing, it couldn't have been. Are you making this happen? Are you doing this? Wait. No. Don't go. I need to know.
Thank you all for watching. Take it easy. Have a good one.